our traditional
Goal shooter.
stalwarts here as we have the announcement of the Malaysian lineup.
Goal attack Izian Shazana Muhammad Wazir.
Izian has
Wing attack
done her fair portion in scoring goals for Malaysia. This Malaysian side doing exceptionally well in the tournament so far. They have yet to lose a match. Although Singapore, of course, hoping to change that here today. They didn't manage to do it in the round-robin stages. Singapore did lose to Malaysia in the round-robin stages, 37-50. But the 2016 Asian champions and host nation, Malaysia, are not going to make it easy for Singapore.
Goal attack, Zhang Ailin.
The combination of Zhang Ailin and Charmaine So doing exceptionally well in that shooting circle.
Center, Nurul Baizura binti Abdul Raza.
Captain Vanessa Lee.
Wing defense, Lee Vanessa.
She high-fives Nurul Baizura,
Goal defense,
center, and also
Africa.
vice co-captain.
And last but not least, goalkeeper, Sheena Teo.
Singapore alternates goalkeepers between Sheena and Chen Lili. Chen Lili standing at 196, but it will be Sheena that starts us off in this match.
James Barnes is the reserve umpire.
Nathan Begley and James Matthews are umpires for this match. They have been keeping close eyes on Singapore this entire tournament. It's day one of competition here at the 29th SEA Games, but the netball has been going on since Monday and we've been following them closely. Singapore has only lost to Malaysia. Malaysia has lost to no one. As you can see, the crowd is going wild at the moment at the Juara Stadium, largely for Malaysia, but trust me, there is a contingent of Singapore supporters in there somewhere. It's Malaysia's centre pass to start off the match. Singapore will need to start this quarter off strong. Ball dropped by Najwa. Malaysia starting, as I'm sure they mean to intend, turning over Singapore's centre pass now. Singapore aren't going to have all that many opportunities to score here, but they're going to need to make the best of every single opportunity. She's a tall one, Najwa, and she sinks in the second for Malaysia, and the crowd is going wild. We haven't even hit a minute yet, and Malaysia already 2 up. Nicely knocked out of play and intercepted. Najwa has an incredible accuracy rate. We've seen in her first couple of matches, she barely missed a shot. Traveling, so easy to get caught up in the momentum. Bazura caught for taking more than a step and a half with the ball. Cheeky little bounce pass. Ball sent out, goes the way of Singapore. Malaysia intercepting it and trying to find space. Singapore really need to clamp down on the Malaysians. That second pass just helping Malaysia and Najwa to get in a better position to make sure it goes in. Look at the crowd, they're going crazy. This is the kind of atmosphere, though, that you should expect. And judging by the roar of the crowds, we've just witnessed yet another one for Malaysia. It's now 5-0. All coming from Najwa in this first quarter so far. Nice ball looped over the top. Contact. Charmaine sinking in her first of this match. That will be a confidence booster for her. Lovely long leap there. She looked a bit like a gazelle. And Najwa like a lion going for the kill. Barry Jamaluddin, Sports Minister, clearly enjoying himself here today. Minister for Culture, Community and Youth, Grace Fu, is in the crowd as well, eagerly watching on as Charmaine scores another. I'm sure Miss Fu will be cheering in the stands. Tickets for this event were sold out really early on. The Malaysians knew that they were going to have a place in the final. Almost intercepted there. Ball just tapped out. Got to try, haven't you? Send over to Singapore. 6-2 at the moment, with about 10 minutes to go. Nice, lovely long pass there. Kimberly passing it into Aileen. Baizura finds Charmaine, who waits. Oh, just on the rebound. And the Malaysians turning the ball over, but not going quite quick enough. Straight down the line. They are methodical in the way that they are passing around the ball. Contact, so Najwa will take this shot, and she doesn't miss. 7-2 to Malaysia. Baizura looking for opportunity. She sends it into Kimberly. Charmaine will take the shot a little closer. Rebounded. That was such a good opportunity, and she missed it. She'll feel a bit sore about that one, but hopefully it doesn't affect her confidence too much as Aileen goes crashing into the goal defense. So hard to get past Najwa. She's a tall girl, but she's also quite broad, which makes her a big presence in that shooting circle. Akila making her presence felt. Lovely long balls from Akila over to Baizura. Kimberly making herself available. trying to find an opening. Nice bounce pass in. And she scores, making up for the missed opportunity earlier on. Charmaine with her third here in this match against Malaysia. Singapore cannot afford to miss any opportunity they have to shoot and score here. Charmaine with another chance, and she sinks it in. The deficit now just 4. Singapore slowly creeping up. Have they found the rhythm that they need? They need to be hungry. They need to want this more than Malaysia. Najwa shoots and scores. Vanessa looking for options. Things are getting heated out there on the course at the moment. Singapore will need to keep their cool, especially Charmaine, so that she doesn't miss chances like that. The Malaysians very good at trying to find space. Izian. Looping that one in to make it 10 for Malaysia, as Singapore seem a little bit rattled at the moment. Najwa looking rather chuffed with herself at the moment. And the scoreline, 11-4, with 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Strong ball. Charmaine scores another to make it 5 for Singapore. In the last edition of the SEA Games, it was Singapore who came out on top against Malaysia in the finals, but it was only by 3 points. We know that Malaysia has some incredible shooting prowess, especially courtesy of that lady there. Just look at her. No hesitation whatsoever, looping it in nice and clean. We can expect to see this game getting a little more physical. And Singaporeans taking a little longer to recover on the turnover. Izian making it 13 now for the Malaysians. Dropped over into Najwa, who always finds the perfect position. Look at the way she just releases that ball from her fingers with utmost precision. Charmaine steadying herself and makes it number 6 for Singapore. She's trying to answer every point. Is she starting to celebrate already? It's early days yet. There's still 3 more quarters. Ball going back the way of Malaysia. Najwa from a little bit further back makes it 16. Hizian. Seems like they're taking it in turns now. Singapore now 11 points adrift. With about a minute and a half left in this match. Look at her go. Cool as you like. She sinks that one in. Interesting to note, 9 of the players in this team from Malaysia were part of the squad in 2015 when they lost to Singapore. They've been working hard. Whereas for Singapore, about half of them only. Missing their key defensive players. Fremela, Nikki, all of the legends that we associated with Singapore netball. And it seems like the team really is missing them at this point. Unintentionally taking out Najwa there. But it's now $20 points to Malaysia as the first quarter plays out. Malaysia 20, Singapore 7. And what has been a thrilling first quarter in this netball final. Don't go anywhere, we're coming back just after this commercial break. More netball action to come from the Dwara Stadium. Welcome back to the Dwara Stadium for the 29th SEA Games here in Kuala Lumpur. As we watch some of the best bits from this netball final so far. The first quarter done and it's Malaysia leading, largely courtesy of this woman here. and Najwa Azizan has been scoring all the goals. And if even the Prime Minister and his wife make their ways down to the stadium, you know that this is a match you cannot afford to miss. Malaysia currently leading 20-7. Charmaine So, Singapore's goal shooter, doing everything she can to sink in as many points. But at the moment, Malaysia is on pretty much 100% shooting record. You can see the Malaysians, this young lady right here, Izian Shazana Muhammad Wazir, also contributing to the scoreline, which has been so impressive here. It has never been this far apart in a match between Singapore and Malaysia in the first quarter. In the round-robin stages, Malaysia edged out Singapore 14-11 at this point. But right now, things are not looking so good for Singapore. The players coming back out on court. Aside from the match between Malaysia and Philippines, this is the largest margin that they've had at this point in this game, in this tournament. Malaysia is setting their intention very, very clear. Singapore is going to need to work hard. Chun Li has stepped on court and scores the first point for Singapore in this second quarter. Charmaine moving out to goal attack so that she can spread out a bit more on court. Najwa once again. Oh, it's a rebound. The ball is out and it's Singapore's. She looks a bit shocked. She's not used to it not going in the net. And it seems like that's reinvigorated Singapore. Lili making a jump for it, but instead sending it out. Costly mistake because Malaysia is going to do everything they can to convert it. And it's Najwa that does that, making it 21 now for the Malaysians. Their first point. Quick succession of passes. Gets the ball down to Najwa, who sinks it in yet again for Malaysia. Praveen looking for options. The Malaysian defense really locking Singapore down. And that interception cost Singapore An opportunity to score again. Turning it over means it's Malaysia. Oh, look at that ball. Just put out of reach of Singapore. And it's 23 to Malaysia. We want to say don't lose heart, Singapore, because right now they're looking a little bit nervy and they can't afford to have those nerves on court with them. They need to be bold, they need to be strong, and they need to try cheeky little tricks like that. And just make sure that Lili gets it in the net. She misses that one and Charmaine's going to take it. Charmaine misses that one and she doesn't know what to think about that. The Singaporean supporters looking rather despondent at the moment. They need to change things up. Their down the line pass is just not quite as smooth as it was. Oh, goodness me. Every attempt, but nothing works for blocker. Not much else is going to stop Najwa. She is a force to be reckoned with. She looks like she could shoot all day. Lovely little pass in there. And Kimberly. Charmaine stepping in and scoring for Singapore. The first for Charmaine in this quarter and only the second in total. Singapore losing that ball again, and Malaysia very quick to turn it over. Oh, look at that spinning in there. Najwa looks a little bit relieved that that actually went in. There's a brief moment she thought it might come back out. And it's another. What incredible form she is on today. She's only missed one. Malaysia currently 28 to Singapore's 9. And we're halfway through this second quarter. The Singapore side really struggling to keep the ball in their third. Charmaine finally taking us to double digits. With a nice clean shot it was. Najwa again. Head and shoulders above everybody else. And when she claps, it's not too much like she's clapping for herself. It's like she's clapping and saying, good job team, good effort. Because the Malaysians really are working together as a team, whereas the Singapore team at the moment are looking a little bit all over the place. And you can see that frustration in Charmaine's eyes. She scores the 11th, but she's not celebrating yet. Najwa, however, will keep celebrating. That is now number 30 for the Malaysian side, who are absolutely dominating. Lily winning the ball and missing the shot. And it's the Malaysians who managed to sneak the rebound away and turn over the ball. It's disappointing for Singapore. Oh, what an interception from Malaysia. Nadra making herself available so that she can get back in the shooting circle. Although, no, Isian wasn't going to risk it from there. Nadra closer, she misses. But she's not going to miss a second time. She almost looked relieved. Isian with an opportunity. Rebounds back out, but she grabs the ball back. And it's in, number 32 for Malaysia. 21 points separate the two sides now. And that is a huge margin for Singapore to want to claw back. Singapore just not able to move as efficiently. Charmaine looking for anybody to help her get back in. Oh, Faizal sending it into the arms of Malaysia. Oh, little bit of a jostle there. Things are heating up on court here between Malaysia and Singapore, which is to be expected. That ball could have been kept in play. Lily just needs to make full use and take advantage of that extra height that she has. She stands at 196. She's tall. She's taller than the opposition. Not quite making the most of it. As you can see, Najwa just jumping into action there when needed. Faisian with the opportunity to make it 33, but she misses it. Bit of good defending there though from the Singapore side. Melody doing a great job, but again, it's hard to stop Nadra. It really is hard to stop her. It's now number 34 for the Malaysian, who was part of the Asian Championship squad that won last year. That's one for Charmaine. Lovely leaps. The Malaysians not afraid to get a little bit higher up in the air. .35 now for the Malaysians. Some great passing from the Singaporeans there. Nearly with a foul. Not quite sure where that ball was going, but it went straight out of the court and into Malaysia's hands. Lovely loop over the top of everybody. Pumping her air into the fist with number 36. And Nadra Azizan is absolutely on fire. Izyan just missing her shot. But at this point, the Malaysians are able to just laugh about it and brush it off. Seems like they're actually settling in and enjoying this game, whereas the Singaporeans are still trying to find their groove. Although it must be hard playing in conditions like that as we close out the second quarter. The first half done and dusted, and you can see it on Charmaine's face. Frustration there from the Singapore side. 36-12 is how we have ended this second half. We're going to have more second half action coming your way. Stay with us here on MediaCorp. This is the netball final between Malaysia and Singapore.
What a beautiful second quarter of the game. Malaysians, come on, cheer on for your Malaysian team. And Singapore, please show some love to your ladies team, Singapore. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we move to, this prize giving over here, I want to remind everyone, please do not use the flash on your phone, okay? Those of you right now who are using flash, please don't, because you're blinding the players. Another thing, anyone here lost their glasses? Ada tak yang hilang glasses? Anyone? If you lost your glasses, please come and see me, okay? Now, who here has the number 29? You will please add on your IC. Okay, 1, 2, it's okay, somebody lagi. One more. Okay, I want at least one Singaporean. One Singaporean with the number 29. Jomang us until tidak IC, tidak pasport, tidak driver's license, dia sekali. Dia nampak tak? Macam 3 bahasa. Anyone? Anyone? Number 29 on your passport, your IC. Ada? Alright, come forward. Alright, come ladies.
Welcome back, ladies and gents, to the netball final between Malaysia and Singapore. Malaysia currently leading 36 to Singapore's 12 in what has been a disappointing first half for Singapore.
Where is our
The Singaporean side are going to need to pick up the pieces and sort themselves out if they want to win this. But it's going to be a tall ask, I'll tell you that. 24 points separate the two sides. Charmaine, on whom we rely on very heavily to score the goals, has missed a couple of opportunities. She's playing in goal attack just before the break, moving around a lot more than her usual goal shooter position. But this lady right here, she has been amazing. There is no other word for it. She has been absolutely amazing. She has only missed 2 or 3 opportunities, and of 2 of them, on the rebound she was able to score. So it's mind-blowing just how well the Malaysians are playing. Definitely buoyed by a home crowd, which has turned out in full force. Tickets for this match were sold out quite a while ago, although we do have a small contingent of Singaporean supporters as well. A little bit of on-court action happening at the moment, entertaining the masses as they wait for the second half to begin. We have 2 more quarters of 15 minutes. A quick look at the breakdown in that first quarter. It was 20-7. Malaysia with one of their largest margins of the tournament, winning that first quarter. And the second, 16-5. They're looking comfortable. Very, very comfortable. The Singaporeans so far struggling with getting the ball in their third and keeping it there. A lot of unnecessary errors of forced fouls, and seeing Singapore losing the ball in that semicircle. And that's where you don't want it happening. This is a shooting game. Defensively, even if you're strong, if you're not scoring the points, you're not going to win. Malaysia doesn't have a problem with that. So it looks like Nora Shikin is coming in as goal shooter, replacing Najwa. Well, Najwa has done a lot of the work, so it's about time to let her rest. She has done her fair share for the Malaysian side, and if they win, they'll have contributed. The Singaporeans looking very despondent on the bench at the moment. Crucio, no doubt trying to boost their morale. Not an easy task though. Tokaiwei, one of the youngest debutants for the Singapore team. It's her birthday tomorrow, so a win would definitely make it all that much better. But she'll be turning 21, so she's still young and youthful. Her 21st birthday is always special anyway, isn't it? The Malaysian side looking a lot more upbeat.
At least 1 player from each team. Satu pemain daripada setiap negara.
The two sides standing by. Minister Grace Fu sitting on the side there. She'll definitely be cheering loudly for the Singapore side. Okay, Singapore with the centre pass. As we see Kaiwei working hard to make herself available. Charmaine is back in the shooting circle, but it was Kaiwei who scored the first one for Singapore. Coming on already, making the difference. She's young, but she plays with a lot of maturity. And this is a rejuvenated Singapore side. Kaiwei not quite in the position she wanted to be in. A long ball up. Kaiwei sending it. Oh! Just over the top. Ooh. Feisty grab there from Farhana. Nora Shikin. Oh, missing her first of this match. Nora Shikin and Karishma in at the moment, but it's Nora Shikin that sinks in the first one. Charmaine with another. It's her first for this third. And if she continues this way, she'll be happy. Karishma. Accurate even from a distance. Flinging it nice and high. Very precise. Here we go. Kaiwei. Oh, rebounded out, but it's okay. She manages to retrieve it. Lovely interception there from the Malaysian side. As Singapore managed to grab it back, Vanessa trying to look for somebody, anybody. Nice bounce pass into Charmaine. And she scores. Okay, Singapore seem to be getting some kind of groove. Malaysia with number 39. Charmaine. Cool as you like. It's a little bit of a hit on the post. I'm sure that wasn't intentional. Karishma lobs it in to Nora Shikin, who loops it in on her end. Some real nice passing play between Jocelyn and Charmaine at the moment. Very nicely done, Charmaine. 23 points adrift now. It'll be hard, but not impossible. Lovely ball picked up by Jocelyn. Oh, beautiful. And in there for Charmaine. This is the Charmaine that we're used to seeing. Whatever Coach Yeo said at halftime, it's working. Brilliant work there from Jocelyn as she just taps the ball back into play. Kaiwei bringing An abundance of energy. Oh, just rebounding out. This is what Singapore needs to avoid, though. We need to avoid them passing or allowing Malaysia to intercept. Trying to keep the ball in play, but Karishma with another for Malaysia. And it's yet another. Both teams scoring 6 goals. Charmaine setting up and sinking in. Singapore taking the lead in terms of number of goals scored in this quarter. 7 to Malaysia's 6. Will Karishma make it even, Stevens? No, she won't. But Norishikin has the opportunity. And she does. 7 apiece. The Prime Minister looking sort of impressed. I expect he has high hopes of his Malaysian girls. Kaiwei losing her bib. Charmaine sinking one in for Singapore. A beautiful shot there. One more for Singapore, courtesy of Charmaine. This is what we need. Great passing. And Charmaine sinks in yet another for Singapore, making it 10 now in this quarter. This is the side that we've been waiting to see. With that reverse spin on that ball. 44-22. Made 23 by Charmaine. Singapore locking down, very solid defensively. Oh, nice try on the interception. Six minutes left. Lovely. Kaiwei even. It seems like her youthful exuberance has rejuvenated the Singapore side, who have scored more in this quarter than they have in any other quarter in this match. 12 to their name now, with the spoils being shared between Charmaine and Kaiwei. The Singaporeans are guaranteed at least a silver medal, but it's the gold they're hungry for. They were champions at the 2015 SEA Games when it was their turn to be host. Nice little double pass there as Karishma makes it 47. Listen to the crowds. Highway making it 25 for Singapore. A lovely long ball across. A little too long perhaps. Less than 4 minutes to go. Norashikin grabbing that ball. The firm grip and extending their lead once again. If you blink and miss it, you'd think that was a repeat of the shot just now. No, it wasn't a replay. It was Malaysia scoring yet again. 49-25. Norashikin is twirling around to stay in play as she scores yet another. Malaysia hit the big 5-0. They managed to score 50 points in their round-robin match against Singapore. Turning the ball over Malaysia. Vanessa looking for an opportunity. Kaiwei making herself available. Kaiwei had the back and no one looking for her. Lovely ball in though by Charmaine as Kaiwei manages to hold off the defense. You can see her using her body to block to prevent them from getting in the way. Karishma positioning herself, stepping in, but passing across to Norashikin, who sinks it in for number 51 for Malaysia. Singapore side with some decisive passing. Jocelyn. "15 points in this quarter, courtesy of Charmaine, that 15th one. The Malaysians are hungry for more. They want to see more goals, but they don't want to see them from Singapore. And this Singapore side has been scoring more. Time technically up there. As the umpires blow the whistle on the third quarter. It's been a much better quarter for Singapore. The final score at the end of the third, 51 to Malaysia, 28 to Singapore. Final quarter action coming your way soon. Welcome back to the Bukit Kiara Stadium. We're here for the final match between Singapore and Malaysia, where Malaysia are currently leading 51-28. The Malaysian crowds here in full force. As you can see, the stadium is absolutely packed to the rafters. If you look just by where the entrance is on the left of your screens, you'll see that people are squeezing in through the doors. They're standing on the steps. They are pushed up to the A-boards. They are here to watch this epic showdown. And Malaysia has definitely delivered. 51 points so far scored by the Malaysians. The Singapore side definitely trying to give them a run for their money, but just not quite there. The shooting prowess that we've seen from Aileen in previous matches just wasn't there. But Charmaine has been doing exceptionally well in that third quarter. Pretty sure it was about 100% shooting record for Aileen, for Charmaine. So as for the Malaysian side, they took off Najwa, their top scorer, and replaced her with Nora Shikin, who has been doing just as good a job. Chen Lili played in that second quarter, but she was taken off after that. We see the notes on the sidelines. There will be a lot of homework to do after this match. If Singapore want to prove themselves, it might not be at this match. The fourth and final quarter will be an opportunity, not so much for Singapore to win the gold medal maybe, but for them to prove that they are not going to go out with a fight. The Malaysians, I'm pretty sure they're just going to want to prove a point and sink in as many points as they can. Long ball to Kaiwei, who was in the wrong place. Two passes in for Charmaine as she scores her first for this quarter. Nora Shikin passing out to make a bit more space. It's Karishma. Oh, brilliant block there from Lili. Chen Lili finally making some defensive moves there. Oh. Nora Shikin with her first of this quarter. Here we go. 52-29 at the moment. The Malaysians can't sit still. They're all standing in their seats. Karishma sinking in yet another. She sometimes gets lost in the sea of defenders, but she's there when it counts. Singapore turning over the ball. Keeping tight together. Kai Wei repositioning herself. Vanessa and Charmaine seem to love this low ball in. It works well for them, but they are going to have to mix it up. The Malaysians learn very, very quickly. There you go. Charmaine, 3 for 3 here. Ooh. She didn't mean to get in the way, but clearly managing to distract Karishma just enough. Oh, it looked like it could have gone out. As it just circled around, but then it dropped back in. Charmaine with an opportunity. And she scores 4 for 4. Karishma again answering every single one of Singapore's points. Najwa celebrating every point as if she scored it herself. Okay, Malaysians trying to find space in that semicircle. Oh, lovely. I was about to say a lovely interception, but then the Malaysians took it back. Karishma with another chance to score, and she does. Making it 56 now for the Malaysians. This Malaysian side have done well this entire competition. As I said earlier, they are the Asian Netball champions. They won it last year. The last time they won was in 1985. Singapore have won it on 3 occasions, in 2005, 2012 and 2014. You see what I mean? The Malaysians are learning. That bouncing second pass isn't going to work for much longer. Pei-Shan passing in to Norashikin, who sinks it in. The Malaysians are enjoying their outing here today. Just over 8 minutes to go. The Causeway rivals always bring a good battle. Singapore definitely giving it their all. They're not sitting back in this game, but they just don't have what it takes to go up against their Malaysian counterparts at this point. Vanessa into Charmaine, and it's in. Nearly went out. Very nearly. The Malaysians working fast. And at the moment, so Singapore, but not quite able to get it down into their third. The Malaysians seem to block them right before they enter that last third and close down on them defensively. Tai Wei stepping up, and she scores. Number 35 for Singapore. Singapore need to try and sink in every single ball to close this gap. "25 points separate them. Charmaine stepping up, making easy work of it. Easy as you like. Even the armed forces enjoying the action here today. Karishma crossing the line to make it 61. Good leap up there. Singapore is desperate to try and keep the ball in their third, but not working. Another one, courtesy of Krishma. It's interesting to watch her play. She never really truly celebrates the way Najwa does after she scores a point. Very humble about it. Oh, rebound there for Norashikin, but she manages to grab the loose ball. And it's a second rebound. Oh, bit of a knock to the face there for Pei-Shan. As Norashikin gets it third time lucky. The Malaysians are on their feet. They are ready to celebrate. Pom-poms and all. Charmaine doing what she can to lessen the damage. But it seems like the Singaporeans have accepted their fate. It's still bright though. A silver medal will still shine. But the gold looks like it's going to belong to Malaysia. It's now a matter of playing this one out and seeing how it all ends. Look at Najwa up on her feet, the emotion on her face. She knows that she put in the work in this first half between Malaysia and Singapore. Clearly looking for options. Oh, Malaysia tipping the ball out there. Long ball into Charmaine, who lops it in. 39 now. Can Charmaine make it 40? Yes, she can. 64-40. In the second quarter, Singapore was 24 points adrift by the end of it. And it's kind of remained the same way. They managed to try and catch up in that third quarter, but now in the fourth, with just a minute and a half to go, 24 points down, Singapore is doing whatever they can. Now only 23 as Kai Wei makes it 41 for Singapore. It's getting heated in the final moments of this game. Malaysia want to sink in every single point they can. But that won't be one of them. The ball's turned over. It's Singapore. A long ball to Vanessa, who manages to grab it in. Looking for space and opportunity. Charmaine sends the ball back out. Oh, disappointing. 45 seconds to go, and the ball is now back in Malaysia's hands. But Akila manages to swipe it out. Oh, ball sent out of play. The Malaysians. You can hear the crowds, they're already on their feet. 20 seconds left to go. They're looking for another point, but Singapore looking to deny them. 10 seconds to go in this gold medal match. Nora Shikin lining up, and it's a rebound. Malaysia with the loose ball though. She has another opportunity. Karishma, and she scores to make it 65-41 in favor of Malaysia. The crowds have gone crazy, the flags are out, and the team is on the floor. But the Prime Minister is on his feet, waving his flags with his wife, Rosma. The Singapore side disappointed, but a good effort from both teams. Look at the celebration. Najwa and Karishma embracing there. The fans are going crazy. It has been a long time coming. They lost out by 3 points to Singapore in the 2015 games, and it is an emotional finish here as they have now trounced Singapore 65-41 to claim the SEA Games crown on home soil. They are now the Asian champions, they are now the Southeast Asian champions, and they have done it in some style. They haven't dropped a single match in this tournament, And if you just look, only one quarter they dropped to Singapore, losing 15-16, but overall it was Malaysia's match to lose. 27, 16, 5, 15, 16, 14, 13 for a total of 65 goals to Singapore's 41. What a result for the Malaysian team, who, if I'm quiet, you can actually still hear them screaming in the background. Malaysia and Singapore sung their anthems before the start of this match, and it was Malaysia with the first centre pass, and they took it straight off the get-go. The ball was passed into Najwa, and Najwa instrumental in that first half in sinking in pretty much every single one of her points. Charmaine doing a good job though to answer Malaysia's call. But the combination of Isian and Najwa was just too hard to beat. They ended that first quarter with 20 points in total. Charmaine managing to get up to about 7. It was a good effort from both teams, but in the end, Singapore not quite strong enough to unseat the Asian champions. Singapore will walk away with the silver medal. Malaysia with the gold. The hosts walking away the champions of this netball tournament, which we started on Monday, and we end on day 1 of competition here at the 29th SEA Games. More sporting action to come, so stay tuned and do stick with us here as we bring you all of it on MediaCorp, on Toggle and Octo Sports. Stay with us, more action to come after the break though. You're watching all the action from the 29th SEA Games in Kuala Lumpur.
Welcome to the National Aquatic Centre in Bukit Jalil as we bring you the duet free routine. Synchronised or artistic swimming. And the teams judge for difficulty, artistic and execution. We're expecting either 8 or 9 routines, just depending on whether we can all make it to the start. And here's some of the more interesting preparation. It's all part of the look of synchro competition, or as it's more lately been renamed, artistic swimming. But the appearance, the artistic element is very, very important, hence the trouble that the competitors go to with the look. And so a typically tropical day in Kuala Lumpur with a 64% humidity. No wind to speak of to trouble the athletes at pool level. It's well attended. Locals hoping perhaps that Zilan Lee and Ganwa Wei may get up in this duet-free routine competition. Technical was won by Singapore's Debbie So and Mi Ya Yong, but with Malaysia in a close second, signifying that they may go one better here in the duet-free routine. We have teams from